To turn this metal building into an igloo, there are two main things that need to happen. First, we need to keep the heat outside. And second, we need to cool the inside of the house. To keep the heat out, we opted for a polar white metal roof. This reflects most of the sun's radiant heat before it enters the home. We also installed energy efficient vinyl windows. They are double pane, low E windows that are also tinted to reduce heat gain. Next, we insulated the entire building with spray foam and then double insulated the walls with additional fiberglass bats to achieve a minimum insulation value of R25. For reference, a traditional 2x4 wall with fiberglass insulation has an R value of 13. Our wall has almost double that. The second phase of turning this home into an igloo is removing heat. I decided to go with an industrial solution. I installed a package unit for my AC and heating system. This means that all of my components are in one nice convenient package. I don't have an air conditioner upstairs, so I don't have any chance of condensation leaking through my ceiling and getting my sheetrock and insulation wet. I don't have any issues with molding. I don't have to run copper lines in and out of my house in order to achieve air conditioning and heating, and is only penetrated through with this single duct line. This also keeps maintenance and repairs really simple, as everything can be done outside of the house at ground level. You don't have to pack bags upstairs, you don't have to pack tools and parts in and out of the attic. You also don't have to work in an attic that's 100+ degrees on a hot summer day. Everything is conveniently outside. First, I will make sure that the ground is level and well packed where the package unit is going to sit. And then I'll set my condenser pads down before I set the package unit on top of them. I need 2 holes in my wall. One is for my supply air coming into the house, and one is for my return air coming back out of the house into the package unit. We're going to assemble metal duct from the package unit up the wall and into the house, as well as our trunk line on the inside to distribute the air on the inside of the house. We had a local air conditioning company fabricate all of our metal duct for us, and we assemble it with S-drives and locks. So we just put the S-drives on, clip the panels together, and we drive the drives in, bend them over, and then screw them into place to secure everything solidly in place. For all the ductwork on the outside of the house, we will come back later and weather seal each joint on the outside with mastic paste. This is applied with a paintbrush and just make sure that no water gets inside of the ductwork on the outside of the house. On the inside, we have this nice trunk line. We are not worried about weather sealing it or making sure that it's airtight because it's inside of the conditioned environment of the home. So any air leakage here just goes to where it would go anyway. Where the ductwork connects to the package unit, we're going to use mastic tape. It's mastic, but it's on a rollout foil tape, and this is a lot easier to remove than mastic putty. In the case that we need to remove the package unit and install a new one, we can simply cut that tape off, remove the screws, and then replace the whole unit, and then put a new piece of tape on there. Now on the inside of the house, we've installed a metal trunk line that we're going to tap into for each of the rooms. In the main space, we're just going to cut holes in it and put multi-directional grills to provide airflow for the main room. Once we mark and cut out the hole for each tap, we secure the tap with screws and mastic putty. Every tap has a damper on it that allows us to come back later and adjust the airflow going through that tap and into each individual room. This allows us to balance the airflow in the house and make sure that everything is getting sufficient airflow, but not too much. At this point, I'm installing the flexible duct from the tap to the register in each room. I'm going to secure the inner liner to the tap with a duct tie. Then I'm going to stretch the insulation over and secure it also with a duct tie. It's important to use plenty of webbing to support your flex duct. You don't want it to bow or sag anywhere because that can reduce airflow. I like to use webbing every 3 feet. Ventilation is part of the HVAC install, so we're installing the stove hood vent and the bathroom vents. Cooking and showering produce a lot of heat and steam that should be removed from the home. Proper ventilation will remove that excess heat and humidity quickly. Now it's time to cut holes in the wall for the bathroom vent fans. I'm going to use dryer kits to stub these penetrations out of the wall. I will come back later and waterproof all penetrations with copious amounts of silicone. That way water cannot enter the building. The flexible duct that vents the bathroom vent fans to the outside of the house is called fart flex. Now we need to make sure to secure the fart flex with plenty of duct tape. That way none of that smell leaks out. I'm using 7-inch metal to duct out the stove hood vent. First, I need to snap together the 5-foot sections so that I can assemble the entire length of the stove hood vent. Then I'll use a 7-inch to 6-inch reducer to attach it to the penetration going out of the wall. Then I'll have a 90-degree elbow, dropping a section of vent pipe right over where I think the hood vent will be. Next, I'll secure each joint with 3 screws and seal it really well with duct tape and then strap it with banding iron. Now that everything's in place, I'm ready for my rough-in inspection. And then once we pass our rough-in inspection, we'll be ready to install the thermostat and the grills. I chose to go with a Wi-Fi thermostat so that I can control my AC from my phone anywhere in the world. It also supports Google Home and Alexa. Hey Google, set the AC to 68 degrees. Now that everything is done, this home only fluctuates a few degrees throughout the day. I mostly use the air conditioning at night, and then it stays comfortable the whole next day. Putting in extra insulation is already saving me money on my utility bills. To learn more about insulation, check out our next video.